All right. So tonight we're going to share our peer reviews of the AAPTEL Task 3. Does anybody want to go first tonight?
I'll start.
Okay.
So I reviewed Libra and Danny. So for Libra, I felt like your task was aligned with the content. The information is very clear and concise. When you refer back to task 1, it gives your task 3 more meaning. Placing your survey results in the work was helpful to remind us of what you had done before. And I just had a question if you would keep it there for the final compilation in that area. Felt like all the parts were represented well. There are opportunities for teachers and staff to assume leadership and decision-making roles and many strategies for building efficacy. You also have many methods for formal feedback for teachers. I didn't see any weaknesses. Your leadership is evident in the school by the writing. It's also evident by the plan to implement the growth plan and leading the PLC and making the decisions. Just had a few suggestions for mechanics and grammar. Your writing is very well organized and easy to read, as always, and your APA is good.
Okay. Thank you, Jen.
Do you want me to go ahead with Danny?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Danny, your task is aligned with the content as well. Your plan is explained fully. There's a clear picture of your goals and activities. The elements of your plan are clearly outlined, and the achievement of the final goal is certain. Your plan shows all the elements of the rubric. You met all those. There are clear opportunities for teachers and staff to assume leadership. Strategies for building efficacy are in place. The support and coaching of school leaders is apparent. There's a method explained for feedback to be given. Didn't really see any weaknesses. Your leadership is shown throughout the plan. You've shown that you're an essential leader in your school through the development and follow through of the PLC. I made some suggestions for mechanics and grammar in your text. Your writing is very well organized and easy to read as well, as usual, and your APA is good.
Thank you, Jenny.
Well, I did Danny and Libra also. So we'll just follow right on to that. And start with Libra.
Okay.
Libra, I had your narrative does a really good job of connecting your action plan to the needs assessment. You went and referred back as appropriate, and it really made it fluid and easy for the reader to understand where you were coming from and what you were basing your decisions on. And leadership is, of course, evident as it is shown in the appendices. I did point out that in the sections between the specific short-term and long-term goals, and then the next section, the activities to address the identified goals, your goals changed. And it could have just been the flip-flopping of wording, and that was a really easy fix. And then the minor mechanics things, looking for extra spaces, nothing huge or major. And really, that was it. It flowed really nicely. It was easy to read. It was informative, and you can really tell that you were maintaining leadership in your school. So good job.
Thank you, Heather.
And then on to Danny. Your description of the discussions with your principal and your PLC showed really good, strong collaboration. That was a real highlight in the writing for me. And again, I think when we talked about one of the previous tasks, you had done that as well. You did a really good job of describing your instructions. And those discussions show great leadership and collaboration. And I also noted that the appendices that you put with your task 3 were really great evidence of leadership, specifically your leadership. Your paper was clearly organized with appropriate headings. If you maybe change the orientation of the action plan page, it might be easier to see.
Yeah, and Google Docs, it won't let you change the page, to landscape. So I might would have to put it in Word and then change the landscape of it.
Yeah, that is one of the features that it is lacking, which is a feature you don't use that often. My only mechanics and grammar section was to remember that data is a plural word. So you have to say like data are and data show.
Okay.
You can't say data is. But overall, again, it was an excellent finish to what you had started. You clearly continued your leadership, and you did a really great job of describing the efforts you had within your PLC. So good job.
Thank you very much, Heather. I really appreciate your feedback. I guess would you like for me to go next?
Yeah, you can go ahead, Danny.
Okay. I did Heather and Jenny's peer reviews. I'm going to start with Heather. Heather, as always, you do a great job. Your task is aligned with the demands of the assignment. I found that your proposed activities match the needs and the changes that would be made by your administration and the school staff would really cause a positive change in the school environment. It seemed as though a lot of the changes that were necessary dealt solely with what the administration could do to help support the staff. So if you made those changes, I think that that would be really positive for your school. I didn't see any weaknesses. Leadership was evident through the narrative and in the appendices where you have a picture of yourself explaining the action plan to the staff and the administration, and you can clearly see in your picture that you're looking at your not illustration, but your part that you made with your everybody's roles for the action plan. For grammar mechanics, there were just a couple of little minor things. Everything is wonderful in the paper. And then organization was organized, and APA seemed good to me. So you did a great job, Heather.
Thank you very much.
Jenny, your task content also met the demands of the assignment, were very appropriately expressed. The strength of the tasks were that you had clear and concise explanations of the goals and the reasons why they were chosen to impact the school in a positive way. I thought that you did a really great job explaining, this is the goal and this is why we're going to do this. I didn't see any weaknesses. Clear leadership throughout, especially in the appendices and the action plan visual representation. Your paper was well written. I didn't see anything grammatically or structurally. Great structured organization, and all the APA was good. So again, great job, Jenny.
Thank you.
Okay, I had Heather and Jenny. Heather, I said you did a good job aligning task 3 with the course content. I really like what you did with your narratives. I thought you did a great job on your narratives. I also liked your gap analysis. I thought that was a strength. Your gap analysis was strong and very detailed. The action plan was clear and concise. I said, nice job leading your PLC, like you always do. I said it was good to know that your admin team is already on board with the plan and will be moving forward with it for the upcoming school year.
Mhm.
Your overall, it was well organized and professionally written as always. The only thing I said for mechanics, under the activities to address identified goals, I questioned whether it should be conducted or conducted. Other than that, I think you did a nice job as usual. Good job, Heather.
Thanks very much.
All right. Okay, Jenny, you also did an excellent job. I was very impressed with your work. Your narratives were well written. I love the presentation to your admin team. The action plan was very detailed. I especially liked the different types of PLCs that you listed that you guys may be incorporating in your school with the action plan. I said it was clear and evident that you are a true leader within your school, and I didn't see any errors or concerns. So wonderful job, Jenny.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, that should be everybody's 2 reviews. Does anybody have anything to add or any comments before we sign off tonight?
Nope, I don't think so.
Nope.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.